Hello everyone, welcome back in this lesson. We will explore how to read from the file and how to write files in Perl. File handling is an essential for working with data, logging and automation tasks. We will cover in this particular lesson opening files, reading data, writing data and some of the error handling that we should do. So let's start with that. First thing, whenever we wanted to read any file, we have to first open file for reading. And whenever we go for open file for reading, we should use a function which is called open. And in that function, so before that, let me just copy few things from here. I'll just copy all and let's paste here. So it will be easy for us to work on that. So I'll say open, and here you have to write one variable which is my, and then write here dollar file handling fh comma, and then you can use single quote, less than symbol, and then comma, and here you can write your file name that you wanted to read. So for example, I'll say input.txt text file. This is one method. Suppose if we get any error, then we should write here or die, and then you can put your message here. So for example, I can say could not open file, and then we can simply close it. So one thing you can remember, whenever you open any file, you should close it. So I'll say close, and what we should close, we have to write here $fh because this file is declared here. Let's first try to run and we'll see further on that. So I'll say Perl, and then we'll say file handling.pl. So it's saying could not open file at this particular Perl script line number 6 because this file is not exist. So if I just create here one file, inside it let's create .txt, and here I'll say hi, welcome to Perl programming. Save it, let's go and run it again. So you can see we are not getting any output, and we are also not getting any error because file we are able to read it, although we have not written any logic to print the data from the file. So we can do that. And to read data from the file, we have multiple methods like reading line by line or entire content at once. So first we can see reading line by line. Here we have already opened the file. Let's write here code. To read line by line, we can say while, we will use while loop. And here I'll say inside while loop, we can create another variable and then say dollar line and equal to, then we have to use this braces. Inside that we have to use this dollar $fh file handling, that we have dollar file handling, and this way we will be able to read the file. So I'll say or you can use print, and we'll say simply dollar line. So this way we will be able to get the output from the file. So you can see hi, welcome to Perl programming, and I'll say this is file handling session. Save it again, let's run. So it will say welcome to Perl programming, this is file handling session. So it will automatically print all the data from that file line by line. Now if you want to read all the files at once, we can use dollar and forward slash. So in that way we can also read the file. So let me just comment it for now, and I'll say we have to read all the content at once. For that we can just write here my, and then I'll say dollar content equal to, and here I'll say do. Inside do we have to use local, one local variable, and I'll say dollar forward slash question mark and terminate it, and then after that we can write this fh. So this way we will be able to read that all the contents at once. We have closed it, and then let's print it. So I'll say dollar content. You can see it's printing both lines together. This is how you can read complete data in one go. Now, next thing is we can also write data to that particular file. And to write data, we can just do the same thing. We have to open file, and after that we can just start writing. So I'll just comment it for now, and then we can say, even let's comment it. So here in this particular file, you can see we have already opened. Let me just write comment line by line. Here I'll say that entire file, right? So we are just reading entire file at once. Now what we will do, write content. So I'll say write to file, and to write file, what we have to do is we can use print statement dollar, and then we can say fh, because fh we have already opened here, dollar fh. We have to use that fh to print data, and then after that we can just say whatever thing we wanted to write. So I'll say hello, and simple we can say Perl. Let's terminate it, and then after that we have to close this one as well. So I'll say let's close, save it. So we can run this file, and it's saying that file handled opened only one for input. All right, so one thing that I missed is that whenever we are opening the file for reading, we should use here less than symbol for reading the file. But if you are writing, so I'll say reading file, right? So file, for reading file you have to use less than, for writing file you have to say greater than symbol. So my fh greater than, and then we can say anything. For example, if you want to write inside the same file, you can do that. Let's run it. So we are not getting any error. That means we are able to write here. So you can see hello Perl. It will create a new file and then write in that. If data is already available, then it will simply overwrite that. But if you want to append, right, instead of overwriting, then you have to use double caret symbol, right? So instead of single, you have to use double, which is append mode. And in that append mode, it will just append data inside the same file. So let's say I'll say Perl 2. Let's run again. And if we go here, we can see Perl and then hello. Right? If you put here /n, it should go with that logic. So I'll say /n, save it. Let's check again. So we can see hello Perl 3. Always remember, single greater than symbol will, you know, replace the existing. If you want to open the file in append mode, you can use double double caret symbol to append that. And if you want to handle error, you have to just use or die. If file is not able to open or any problem, then die will handle that. So great job. You now know how to read and write files in Perl. We covered opening files, reading files, reading data line by line, and writing, appending data to that one. So in next session, we will see more related to file handling only. Stay connected.